and your personal item that you bring on the flight and how to utilize that and make the most out of it. Not bring things that you don't need and vice versa. I do want you to remember with travel, do not get too stressed. It's really easy for people to be stressed, worried if they forgot something. Really, you just need your ID and some money. So if you have a credit card and an ID, you can literally just buy your way out of it. But let's be prepared and bring what we need. And then if we forgot one or two things, we will be good. So, okay, I'm gonna show you in just a normal size bigger bag, and then one for much bigger. And so we're gonna use these two. This one I'm gonna show you is for like a shorter trip, maybe across the country. So maybe 3 hours to 5 hours. So first off, you wanna start with your wallet because we want to bring that ID. You need at least one credit card, but I would bring two because if you ever lost it, it will be a disaster. I was with somebody who only brought one credit card, left it at a restaurant. When we called the next day, they said that they destroy all credit cards that are left behind, and we were out of the country. So thank goodness I had a credit card and we could use that, but always make sure you have a credit card, your ID, and then so you want to bring, at least I do, I want to bring some cash in some smaller bills because if you get to go to an airline lounge where they're giving out free drinks, if you get on a shuttle for the hotel and they help you with your bags, you want to give them a tip there. And it's easier to do it with cash. Also very important that you have a pen. If for some reason you forgot a pen, maybe if they're giving out free ones anywhere, grab it. You want some earbuds, the earplugs, and then you want a charger and some tissues. I like these tissues that you can open like this. You can refill them really easy from the hotel tissues or anything else in case you run out. And then I like to put a wipe, a sanitizing hand wipe inside. Just makes it really easy. I'll take this on the go when I'm there. That way I always have a hand wipe with me. Some lotion, lip balm, and then make sure you have a cough drop. You might not think you need it, but it's the worst to be caught on a plane when you're coughing. It's just terrible for everybody. Some mints, some hand sanitizer, some stuff if you're a girl. You don't have to, but it's nice to have some snacks in case you're running late to get to the plane. You can have more than just a cookie. So have some cashews and some dried blueberries. Sometimes if I'm not wearing socks, like the shoes I'm wearing don't have socks, I will bring a pair of socks in case I go through security, and then bring any kind of medication that you'll need. And this is my inhaler, a hair tie. It's sometimes easy just to wrap it around something so I don't lose it in there. And then besides lip balm, I really like to bring something to add a little bit of color to my lips, but not something that you have to keep up with. And so a lip pencil is really good just to add a little extra color, or a tinted lip gloss. Okay, this is not necessary, but it's nice to have a mirror. That way you can kind of see what you look like before you land. And have this little Chinese muscle scraping. I don't do gua sha, and maybe this is gua sha, but I like to do that on my face, just kind of my temples and my eyebrows. And then I like to do my neck with it, and any kind of sore muscle on my back, kind of scrape that and massage it. And then it's always nice to have like a candy that you enjoy. And then you have the hair tie, so you might not need this, but it might be nice just to have a scrunchie. That way it doesn't make a kink in your hair if you decide to pull your hair back. It's up to you, but you might want to brush. That way your hair's not a mess before you land. And then I like to bring any kind of valuable jewelry in my personal item. That way, if I randomly have to check my bag, I do not forget to take this out. And if it's ever lost or stolen, I'm not upset. Like, I have it with me so that it's not separated. Also, for the women's products, it's definitely up to you, but you want to have it in a separate item. That way you don't have to get out your whole bag to go to the bathroom. When you're on the plane, you can leave your bag under and just grab this, carry it, or put it in your pocket. That would work, or even something like this that has like a little handle on it. And then the last thing that I think is very important is like a shawl or a scarf that you can open up almost into blanket size. This opens really big, but it folds down really small so that you can keep it in there, because planes get cold. Even if you're a hot person, the plane can get quite cold. And then you can add it just to a normal bag or a bigger bag. I'm gonna bring just a couple of Band-Aids just in case, but I like to make this little guy so that when I get on the plane, I can put this in the seat back pocket and not be forgetting stuff in the seat back pocket. So I'm gonna put the things that I use the most in that. That way, when I go to get out of the plane, I just pull this out and I don't forget a bunch of random things in there. So you're going to want to just put this all in your bag in an organized way. So utilize any pockets that you have in there. Like I might put my brush here and my little scraper here. And then on these little side pockets, I'm gonna put my mirror over there. I'm gonna put my lip gloss and my inhaler on this side. My ear plugs over here. My chocolates, maybe with my mirror. I'm gonna put the pen down the side of this. And then my little pouch right here. This I might put in the side. Oh, another really good tip is if you have stuff that you wear all the time, I get all of my jewelry that I'm going to wear that day and I put it in here. That way, if I forget, I've already packed it. I packed this the night before and it's in there, and I don't have to worry that I left my wedding ring behind or something really important that I wanted to wear. It's in there, we've got it. So it's really easy to forget those little things as you're getting ready. And then get my snacks in here. And if it's not your time, you don't have to pack this in here. If it is, definitely do not forget that. I do have some tips and tricks on what to do for if you have that kind of thing going on and you weren't quite ready for it. But you can let me know down in the comments if you want to know more about that. We have it all packed up in the bag here. One other thing, if it's gonna be sunny when you get off the plane, you might want to bring your sunglasses. So you'll have to figure out a spot in there for them. Okay, I'm gonna pull all of this out of here because we could maybe make this work for a longer trip, but I don't think so. So we are going to bring all of these same items on the bigger trip. All right, so we're gonna put our wallet in there, the jewelry over here, little pouch, the lip gloss, mirror, gonna put pen on that, the earbuds here, or not, earplugs, inhaler in here, brush in here, get a few of the chocolates, get our snacks, get our sock in here, massage pencil, and we get the cough drop in this pouch. Get another chocolate and our girl stuff. Put this on the side. So to this, we want to bring our passport. Now, if you have a big wallet like this, kind of nice that your passport can fit inside. Okay, and also I really like this little massager also. And so I might, on a bigger trip, bring that one instead. And something else on the long trip, I might want some cuticle cream because it's easy for that to get dried out. I'm gonna add that to my little pouch. You might want a little bit bigger snack. Might be better to do the chicken, but that's a good snack that's more satisfying. It's good to bring some pain reliever and allergy pills. I have a vitamin B pill there and vitamin C. That way, in case you don't feel so well, you can take one of those. Extra hand wipes. Along with the bigger snacks, you might want some fruit. Make sure that you eat this before you get off the plane because a lot of places get upset if you bring fruit. There is a place to dispose of it in customs, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so for these bigger trips, you probably are going to want to either take off your makeup or go with no makeup and just moisturize. I like to wear makeup, and sometimes I don't take it off the whole time. I just go with it. I'm gonna bring a little thing here of makeup. So some concealer, some mascara, some tinted moisturizer, an eyeliner, and then this little compact that has some powder, has some blush, and then some eye stuff here. You might want to remove your makeup. You might want to bring your own little washcloth, or if they give you a little washcloth, use that in the bathroom to remove your makeup. You might want to bring, like this is a waterproof bag, so maybe do your liquids and gels in here. Your moisturizer in there, and your under eye cream. And these are all little samples that I've collected, and then sometimes when I've used up the sample, I just put in something new or more of the same. Might be a really good idea to do like an overnight mask and maybe some eye mask to help you wake up. And then you can maybe bring one for on the way home in your luggage. This is a really good opportunity to use any kind of samples that are small like this. So this is a mask that's see-through. You can leave it on for a long time. You can bring that instead of that just to take up less space. They might give you on a really long flight a free toothbrush. If not, sometimes I collect these at hotel rooms and then I have it for the flights in the future or whatever I need it for. Another really good choice is maybe bring some tea to help you go to sleep, some melatonin, and then also I've saved these from other flights too. It's to help you take off your makeup. You feel scatterbrained. And sometimes they'll give it to you on the flight, but a sleep mask might be a good idea. Put all of your nighttime, bedtime items in this bag. Maybe you'll want a comfy pair of socks. Okay, let's add these to our bag. And sometimes it's worth standing things up just to make a little bit more space. Another thing that's really nice on a longer flight is this facial spray just to rejuvenate and add moisture because you really need a lot of moisture on these flights. Also, depending on where you're going, you may need an adapter. You want to bring that. And then if you're sitting by somebody, it might be fun to bring a game. And it might, just to keep comfy on a plane, it's really worth it on a long flight to wear some comfy clothes. So you want like a loose moving or like a shirt that really moves, and then maybe some flowy pants, and just make sure the waistband's not too tight for you. Go for something really comfortable. Sometimes it's worth throwing a jacket over and then just put the jacket underneath your seat when you want to lay down and go to bed. Okay, and if we had a little bit more room in our bag, and obviously we could bring a bigger bag, but this is the bag I have for right now. But some pajamas that are really, really light, along with a light shirt. Roll these up really tight and then fit them into the bag. I would say if we're gonna do that, we need on this bag to take out this, and then we could add this into the bag, and then go switch into your pajamas. When it's time to get ready in the morning, you just go back and switch everything over, depending on what your flight is, but there's kind of a nighttime part of the flight. Couple other things, if you have room for it, might be a little nail kit in case you get a hangnail. And when you're at the airport, you might want to buy yourself a little book of games, a magazine, maybe bring a little notebook where you can journal or kind of make plans for what you're going to do on the trip. But my bag is kind of to capacity here. I think we're going to have to leave it about there. If you do want a neck pillow, I'm just gonna hook it maybe either on my personal bag like this or hanging off of my carry-on. Not gonna try to shove it inside. And I like a bag that can sit on top of my roller. So good luck with the travel, and I will see you next time.